Okay, I have a brand new effect to share with you today. And as you can see, I have a well shuffled deck of cards. So let's go ahead. I'm going to assume that we have a spectator A and a spectator B, okay? Though you can do all of this with just one spectator if you would like. So I think what I'll do is I'll have spectator A over here cut off less than a quarter of the deck because we need some cards to work with. So maybe they cut off this many right here, that's fine. Now, importantly, that allows us to begin dealing from a random location decided by spectator A. In fact, we're going to deal out 16 cards for spectator A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and then spectator B, can I have you cut off less than a fourth of the deck as well? So we have enough to work with. Okay, very good. And then we'll deal off the next 16. See, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, very good. Okay, so we have these random portions of the deck decided by each of the spectators independently of each other. Now, spectator A, I need you to perform a really interesting mixing procedure. We can draw from the top of the packet or from the bottom, and we'll set them on the table, and you can draw from the top or bottom more than once, okay? So what would you like? Top, top again, okay? Bottom, 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 okay. Top, bottom, top, top, bottom, top, 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 okay. Bottom, bottom, last card goes on top. Okay, very good. Now, for spectator B, I think what we'll do is we'll just have you deal out your cards into two piles, left and right, and then randomly stack the piles. Your choice. You want left on right or right on left? Right on left? Okay, very good. Now for each of you, I'm going to give you two choices again. We're going to perform a mange over under or an under over. You decide. So what would you like performed on your packet, spectator A? An over-under. Okay, so let me show you how that works. You push the top card into your other hand. The next one goes over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay, so you just continue doing that until all of the cards have been moved from one hand to the other. Okay, same choices for you, spectator B. Do you want an over-under or an under-over? It really is a free choice. You want to under over? Okay, that's fine. So you begin the same. You push the top card into your other hand. But now the next card goes under, then over, under. Okay? And you do the same sort of thing until all of the cards have been moved from one hand to the other. Okay, very good. Now spectator A, for some final mixing, what we're going to do is, in fact, I could even hand you the cards and have you do it. I want you to deal out the cards into two piles with random stacking decided by you, okay? So how would you like these piles stacked? Left on right or right on left? Left on right, okay? Now, the key is we can do as many of these, or you can do as many of these as you would like. Well, right on left this time, okay? Just one more, okay, that's probably good. Otherwise, we'll be here till Christmas here, okay? How would you like these stacked? Left on right. Okay, so you content with the mixing? You are. Very good. Spectator B will do the same thing. How many times do you want me to deal into two piles? Just twice. Okay, that's fine. Now just note, I note to you as a performer, these piles can be dealt out into two piles like we've been doing as many times as the spectator calls for. They truly can. You want left on right? And I think you said two, so we'll do one more. So that's not a fib. You truly can. Deal out into two piles as many times as you like. Right on left. Okay, very good. And now all we're going to do is we're going to take each of your packets and we're going to Klondike shuffle pairs. So I have one pair here. So this is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Top and bottom cards off as one. And this is something I could have you do. Okay, top and bottom off as one. Okay, very good. And then spectator B, the same thing. Okay, so we'll go way over here. I think we're going to have a hard time fitting it, but we may overlap. That's fine. Okay. Okay, I dropped one. There we go. And another one there. Another one there. And there. Boy, we're going to barely fit these guys. Okay, whoa, what a mess. Okay, well, spectator A, let's just take a look at what you have done with all of the random choices that you've made. What have you done? Okay, well, not sure if that means anything to anybody. Oh, a couple of aces. That's kind of nice. Let's see. A queen and an 8. A queen and a 2. Okay, very good. Are you guys seeing any pattern here? An 8 and a king. Sorry about that. Oh, 2 kings. I'm not sure if I'm seeing anything common to all of these, but maybe you are. Okay, a 5 and a jack and a 9. Okay, very good. Okay, in fact, I actually have a written prediction over here, so let's just take a look at that since we've revealed part of the cards here. Okay, so what did my prediction say? Pairs will consist of, cards of opposite color. Okay, cards of opposite color. Did that happen? Opposite, 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 opposite. It did indeed. How in the world did you do that, spectator A? Somehow you perfectly achieved this written prediction before we even began all of this. Okay, so it does say pairs, so I'm assuming it'll be true for spectator B as well. So let's just take a look here. So did you get opposite pairs? Okay, well, we had at least one fail there. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, guys. We haven't had any opposite pairs yet. What's going on here? Oh boy, this is looking like a big fail here. Sorry. Oh, 2. I am very... Oh, man. Oh boy, you did not get any of these to be of opposite color. Isn't that crazy? All of yours actually matched. I don't know what... Oh, yeah, wait a second. But only the first set of pairs. That's these. The second set will consist of cards of the same color. Okay, life is now making sense. That is exactly what happened here. That is unbelievable. Oh boy, if you guys had just made different choices, especially in stacking the left and right piles and how many times to deal left, right, and where you even cut the cards. You freely cut to a random location in the packet for us to begin dealing 16 cards. That is unbelievable. You are amazing. Okay, so how does this work? Well, all I need to tell you really is that the initial setup for the deck, as some of you may have already guessed, just needs to be an alternating a deck, red, black, all the way through, okay? And then if you do everything that I showed you, this will work perfectly, okay? In fact, what I could do, if this helps people, is I will put this up on the screen long enough for people to maybe do a screenshot if you would like. So here are all of the steps, and I even mentioned the structures at different parts of it. And then I have this arrow down here to written prediction. And of course, the written prediction was this right here. So if you want to be reminded of that, I'll leave that up for 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, and then I do point out here that you can use any dichotomous characteristic. I just went with red and black because it's kind of visually impactful. You could have even value cards versus odd value cards. Okay, now you won't necessarily be able to set up the whole deck that way, but most of the cards. So any dichotomous characteristic could be chosen for the cards and then just have them alternate. And then if you just go through everything I show you here, I think I explained everything. This is going to work for you perfectly. And it's using quite a few principles on the Absolute Math Magic channel. I do want to point out that we did an in-hand Gilbreth shuffle. Spectator A did that when they drew from the top and or the bottom as many times as they wanted. That's actually a Gilbreth shuffle. It's called an in-hand Gilbreth shuffle. Okay, so the Gilbreth principle was being used for spectator A, and for spectator B it was a completely different principle. Okay, well, I'll leave that up, but thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.